sure she can tell you more about the instrument. It's very, very old. Probably has historical connections to parts of Central Asia and India, and beyond that, I don't know how much more is really known. But we're going to hand it over to her. She could play, she could demonstrate, take questions from the beginning if you'd like. Otherwise, we'll end at about 3:50, and if folks haven't gotten a chance by maybe 3:40 or something, we'll try to organize it such that people can ask questions. Okay?
You let me know.
I'll look at the clock. But you can run however you like. So let's give Iman
So I have a microphone here, so you can hear better. As Andy mentioned, this is a Chinese instrument, but introduced to China from Central Asia. Very much like Middle East instrument of wood. I'm sure some of you probably all know that instrument. And then related as well. And then if you see some old painting of Chinese, maybe Metropolitan Museum, and you can see the painting or the statue. You see that beautiful woman holding the instrument, flying, like a goddess. To this is like that's the older type. We had 5 strings and 4 strings pipa exist during 2,000 years ago. It's very old, and somehow the 4 strings instrument got kind of like survived. And especially in 19th century, this kind of version of the instrument became very, very popular. This is called pipa. So 4 strings, and in the very, very old days, if you see pictures, old time pictures, people play with the plectron, not with the fingers, very much like other string instruments. And then somehow in 19th century, we developed it with the 5 fingers. As you see, with the 5 fingers. And it was natural fingernails, like guitar. And the string made by silk strings, much softer, much smaller kind of setting to play this instrument. And during early 20th century, and people started developing with fake fingernails, with a pick. And then we started changing strings because we want to play louder sound. 1950s, we switched the string from silk strings to gut to nylon, and now to steel, metal strings. So much louder. And then that reason we have to change our fingernails. It's not natural fingernails. It's not strong enough to play. And then we developed it with this special material, like plastic, but much stronger. They use this material made a ping pong ball. So like very. So this is a very strong material, and somehow I use medical tape. That's the way to play this instrument now, because I know some of guitar or sitar, Indian sitar, they kind of like they put on the finger. That's kind of the pick. But for us, the way we play very flexible. You see very lot of moving motion. So we have to something very flexible, not just like put on. It's kind of a stiff. So somehow our teacher generation, they found out this kind of material is great for us. So so that's it. That's the way we play, and looks very. I always say looks ugly, but it works. Sorry. With the 4 strings, and tuning is A, B, A. sometimes you never know, all came from the same family. You went to Las Vegas, somehow. Thank you. So you heard the instrument sound, actually what it sounded like. Last night I played when it's a folk song, range the folk song, and another is a composed piece during 1960s, very early composed hip-hop music. But traditionally, I can introduce you some traditional style. I don't know, a lot of you maybe, maybe Chinese movie, you heard some kind of music, background sound, very much. And so the most interesting Chinese music or hip-hop music, very different than Western music, is as instrumental music, is the left hand, the ornamentation style, the language style is very different. Very much like Indian music. If you hear Chinese music, you always hear, or Chinese people talking, you always hear the tune up and down, up and down. And that's very much like music language as well. For hip-hop, we have two playing style. One is we call lyrical style, which is very soft, slow. You probably often heard that, and a lot of space, notes between notes. There's a lot of space, and music is very meditative or imitate or give you a lot of imagination. And the left hand, we hear a lot of detail, vibrato, and how you bend the notes. We in Chinese we call that beautiful taste. Like you eat some food and you taste so many things. So here I can play a short lyrical style piece. It's called Little Bright Moon. So again, Chinese music always give you a beautiful title, very poetic title, and kind of leading you to listen. What do you expect? So if I give you, this beautiful bright moon, of course, night, right? And you have the picture in your mind, or sky, or moon, or water, or tree. So if I give you ambush, something, fighting, so that's the title you expect. That's very dramatic piece. So that's also, again, very typical Chinese traditional music. So here is 小月儿高, Little Bright Moon. and also often this kind of music is slow and meditative. So probably very much, you hear that kind of, listen to that kind of music and you drink tea, not coffee. That's kind of, the feeling. You're sitting in the garden, you just drink tea and listen kind of that. So this is the one kind of style, very different than guitar music or than banjo or than other Western folk or traditional. So it's very different. The music language is different. I always very fascinating by because the speaking language is different. I also, for example, like Chinese language, we have 4 tones in Mandarin, right? I don't know if you speak Chinese or study. So you know the tune, right? We have and I always I make a joke because M-A is a ma, and then like mom is mother, and ma is a horse. So you have to very be careful, all the sound is different. And also because, like music, we have a lot of, if we play a scale on the piano or on the other Western instrument, you play pentatonic scale, okay? Very, very Asian, we say. Very Chinese, right? Do you think it's a Chinese? Yes? To you, ear? Kind of, right? So that's because of the pentatonic scale. But to me, to us, yeah, the scale is okay, it's good, it's, everybody can play that scale, but this is not the style, not the real music. So we will say, we probably would play like and then you hear that, oh yeah, that's right. We kept it. So no, this is bad taste. So very much like Indian music too, because you hear if we play, if we're singing like a do re mi da 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 di da da di, very in tune. But if you hear Indian music singing or they play sitar, they always have ornamentation around the notes. So same as Chinese music. If you want to sing Chinese folk songs, never like bang 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 bang, like very precisely. So that's why the difference, the language is different, and the music interpreted also different, and the instrument styles are different, and how you approach the instrument, how you found the style. If you want to learn pipa or Chinese instrument, you have to know the difference language, so and you can understand that. And the other style, which is a very dramatic style, more attention on the right hand. That's pipa style. And last night you heard some piece very dramatic, very percussive, and some audience said, "Did you get double paid?" You play percussion as well. So that's another style which we call martial style or military style. That's the English translate. Very much like a flamenco guitar, the way we play, but also the musically kind of imitate different sound. So there's a famous piece, some of you may know, 十面埋伏. Yeah, you know that piece. Ambush from 10 sides. That's like the pipa martial style piece. Every pipa player has to learn. But that piece, it's older piece. Nobody knows who composed. But by the way, the pipa music, we never had notated it down in a score before 19th century, before later 19th century. So actually, in other words, the first pipa music and the score on the paper was later 19th century. Some people mastered, they notated it down. But before that, it's all oral tradition. So very much like other traditional, the way they teach. You have to learn from your master face to face. And so the first music score, pipa music score, published in the later 19th century. And today I look at that score, still couldn't figure it out because basically all just the notes, or skeleton notes, and a lot of things improvised, and then or you have to learn from your master. Otherwise, you really couldn't figure out like how this so complicated piece. How come just a few notes? That's it. So there's a lot of fingerings. There's the way how do you play. I demonstrated a little bit this ambush from the 10 sides. 十面埋伏, very dramatic. It always the piece is introduce you a story during ancient time, way back in two kingdoms fighting over for China, and so finally the one Liu Bang got a win over the China. So basically the storytelling about it's a real history, it's a true history to how the China established by two kingdoms fighting. But so the piece, a lot of right hand imitate different percussive sound, imitate all this fighting over, so very dramatic. very slow, meditative, very subtle, and it's very dramatic, very rough. I remember when this was like very short, long version was like 20 minutes. First time I played, when I came to the States and played in a concert, and afterwards some audience came to me, wow, that was like Jimi Hendrix. So obviously, there's a lot of dramatic type of the music in this potential, this instrument. So that's why a lot of modern composers really kind of jumped on this instrument and picked to write a piece, because it's such a broad the personality, the way they could write a lot of different color. So actually very fortunate for this traditional instrument. Yeah. Should I open questions?
It's 3:25, and we go until 3:50, so you can do whatever you like. Play more or take questions.
I'm sure if you have a question, I can answer, and we can keep going. Yes.
When did you start playing?
When I started playing, when I was 9 years old, I started playing a smaller instrument, but also traditional, like very much like a Man1 instrument. And then when I was 12, I switched to this bigger one. Yeah, it's a very difficult instrument. I would say it's hard. I still have to practice every day and still figure out. Every day I kind of discover something new for this instrument. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
So you talked about the importance of learning from your master on this instrument. So how prevalent are those masters on this instrument still? So how easy is it to find somebody who's at the level that they can teach you like the traditional ways of playing?
So actually very great question. So the education system in China, it's my year, 80s, different than very much like different than Western kind of system. And now it's very much like anywhere. Especially for music, we started with a private teacher, as anybody here. And then you went to music school. But that time in China, the major music school only 5, maybe in Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, Sichuan. That's it. In a big city, you imagine like nearly millions of people in China, only 5 music school. I mean, professional conservatory. So hard to get in. It's just like, okay, you cannot imagine. So you have to be top, like really top. Show your talent. Like professor chose you, and they see you're really talented, like put it whatever that English calls. And when I was 12, when I was 13, so I was lucky chose to go to Beijing, Central Conservatory. That's the music school, like Juilliard. Here, something like 12. Yeah. So in low, what's called low school. So their professor, their music teacher, their hip hop professor, or master, they all teach in the school, music school. So when I was 13 and I just lived in the school and basically like boarding school, left home 1,000 miles away, and just staying in a dorm in the school, and it just very, very what's called demanding training, like sports. So that's very different, the whole system, and then because you're talented, so you're picked by the school, but school funded by government. So as soon as you accepted you in the school, then everything is free. So basically government gave you everything, training you. So that's very different. You know, you see a lot of Chinese sports athletes, very young age. They're so amazing. That's exactly how the arts, how the music, the same kind of training system. That I'm talking about like 70, 80, early 90s. And then after you, and that's why, you know, first you chose from the thousands of kids, and then they put you in a place and they basically training you. So you become so expert of, you know, you see now the pianist somewhere in China, you know, Chinese name here, the top pianist, exactly, we all schoolmates. And they train you, and also composer too. And so you become, in this area, you become very, very much expert. That's the way we train. Yes?
Have you ever thought about teaching, or how does someone become a master? Have you thought about teaching like later, or how does someone become a master?
I actually, right now I'm holding a visiting professor position for 3 Chinese major conservatory. So I have to go back to China to also once a year and to teach, give master class. To me, basically I kind of give my experience to teach, to tell younger generation people what is my experience of the player. That's the most my yes.
Is this style of music still popular in China, or do they say, no, that's old, that's not cool anymore, or is there demand?
The instrument is still very popular in China. There's also, I just got, they said that there's in Beijing, or it's only people teacher probably like 20, hold on, how do I do the math? Half a million only people teacher in a different level, you know, maybe elementary school they're teacher too. So, or so only teacher. So still a lot of kids learning this. Yes, but they also right now they have you know, play pop music, all the yeah it's different, but also still traditional music still very strong.
How many instruments do you own? And tell me about this particular instrument that you have here today.
How many instruments I own? I own 4, but no bigger reason. Like 4 instruments all the same. It's again, you know, people, we don't use old instruments. We don't use antique because it's so different now. Sound, the quality, and material are all different. We all use new instruments. The new is better. It's the same size, always the same size. The difference is some different maker, instrument maker. So the sound quality is different. This one is a bright one, and I have a darker sound. I have, you know, depends. If I play recital, I prefer with darker sound. So it's more intimate, more rich. And if I play with like quartet yesterday, so I want to find with them. So I will bring brighter sound. So this one is, you know, you can tell it's much brighter. So it's just the tone color is slightly different, but it's all the same size. Yes.
And there's no hole in this? No sounding hole? Or?
It's very, so the material, it's one piece on the back. Mm-hmm. We call redwood, Gongmu. Probably some kind of rosewood. It's a very heavy rosewood. And then this has to be one piece. Yeah. So this is the piece making the sound quality difference. And the front is much softer wood, kind of like a pine tree material, much softer. You see, I can, you know, always play. And all the frets are made by bamboo frets. And there's not like a guitar. There's, you know, there's a soundboard. There's nothing. If you take this piece out, and inside like a big spoon, Yeah, and they curved inside, but this is a solid. Only this part hollow, not down. So the sound come out from here. It's very interesting. That's why the sound is very different than guitar. You know, guitar sound is coming in like boom, right? And this one is a bang, you know, it's going out. Yeah, very interesting. And then so the top 6 frets, bigger frets, the material, a different material. Usually, you know, use ivory or jade or animal bone or just wood. So it's all different kind of material. Yeah. Nothing changes sound quality. It's just decoration and show how expensive. And if you have like every oh yeah, I know. that's your top musician or whatever you know you can pay for it. But now like all young kids, parents pay. They all much better my instrument. Yeah. Yeah, it's a very different structure of the instrument body. It's heavy, much heavy than guitar. Yeah.
You said that nobody learned on the silk strings anymore?
Silk strings, no. Someone tried right now, and they try to make silk strings, and they're gonna send it to me. I will see, but I think the silk string just doesn't go with this instrument because the design, yeah, the instrument body design is different than the silk strings. So we'll see. Silk string doesn't ring very well. It's very dry. So right now, modern people's ear different than used to be. Because you play bigger space, you want the ring sound go further, and the silk is right here, dry. So that's different. We'll see. Yeah. Yes.
Like a related question, I guess, is are there people who do play the older styles of instruments, like there's historically formed performances or anything?
The older style?
Yeah.
You mean older traditional piece or?
Older instruments, like as you said, no one plays on the old instruments anymore because they've changed so much.
Yeah, there's no people play actual old instrument, but they play replica that look like old, but actually sound modern. The whole structure is the same, just made the type looks older. That's some people use that. Yeah. Not really old instrument. I had a chance to last year. I had a chance to visit the Metropolitan Museum in New York, and they let me went to this back door to all the instrument, all the collection. I tell you, the back door is so ugly, all the pipes, like a backstage, nothing fancy. But I fortunately get a chance to hold 14th century people, 14th century. I post on my Facebook page. Much smaller, like half this, half the size, much smaller and much lighter. But the difference is very interesting. All the back, all the what's called that, with all the ivory and carved like a mosaic ivory. It's so beautiful. It's like an art piece. I can't play. And there are strings on there, silk strings, really silk strings. But I put my glove on and then hold like this. Yeah, I really hope someday I could just like little pluck. I don't know. Yeah. So it's very different than modern instrument. Yes.
What was the hardest part for you personally learning this instrument?
Hardest part. There's two. I think the two level for me. One is the instrument, the technique. If you talk about instrument itself, that's the hard one. I said this is the hard instrument. I have to practice, still have to practice every day. I'm hoping, I wish every day, but still, I'm not really. And the tremolo is so hard. If you want to, kind of like exercise, it's very different than guitar. You play guitar, you plug it in string like with your meat side. So this pipa, we put the fingernails out on the fingernail side. So everything is plugged out. So the tremolo, you have to even and 5 fingers. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thumbs comes back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That took me so many years. All the people up there have played so many years to practice that. So basically, like, but you have to be even. Most of the kids will play. Because the thumb always very strong. So how do you balance that with the instrument? And then when you can move faster, you faster, but also you have to control the dynamic. How do you play louder? So you play that, play softer, but still going. You play louder, and then so that's a harder one.
So you always plug out and never in?
No, never. When you play the roll, you're always out. You can't coming back.
Okay, when you do the roll, it's always out. But
Yes.
if you're doing something else,
Something else I will play the other side.
okay.
Yeah. So this is the technical side. I think the right hand a lot in the first stage when I started playing, learning, that's very difficult for kids to sit down every day to practice that. Very, very demanding. So every time now as kids learning, I always say, are you sure you want to learn guitar? You have to spend so many time. And then years later when you become mature, you have to feel this. You play all the instruments, you know that, string, music, how you left hand. That's a lot of things. So those to me it's very difficult. And another level difficult, I think it's when I came to States, 1990, and nobody know this instrument, nobody understand Chinese music. That time was really difficult for me as a musician. Because I was in China already trained, already got first place for the competition, and I came here like start from zero. Like, oh my God. And you spiritually, your head, everything you have to start over again. That's very challenging in your life. I was already 20-something, so that's very, very difficult. So there's difference, but still, right now for me, still every day you challenge every different things as a musician. Yeah. I don't know if it makes sense. Yeah. Thank you for asking that. But I want to just play something a little bit, too much talking now. When you change the music scale, when you change the music language, I think, again, like yesterday I played the Kazakh tune, very different. It's a folk tune, like, it's become, the music, the instrument language changed. Suddenly you go to, you're in Central Asia somewhere, not from China, not the beautiful lake. So the music personality changes. And then if you change the scale, I play the little small scale. And this is like 8th century hip-hop scale. They discovered it in western part of China at Donghua City. and very, very different, very much like Japanese music. But somehow, Japanese and Chinese in the early years, they sharing a lot of culture, sharing things. So. See, people, it's different personality. It's not it's different now. So it's very interesting. And then let me play a little bit this scale. And based on that scale, I did improvise and I composed a piece for myself. It's called Night Thoughts.
Can you talk about composition as it relates to improvisation and history? So how common was it for pipa players 200 years ago to compose their own repertoire? How much space is any pipa player given to improvise in a piece like the ambush piece?
Oh, it's a great question. My teacher's generation, they all improvise. And until my generation, we were lost. There's a couple of reasons, because everything later were published, they were notated down. Especially in the music school training, you basically just follow the music. So nobody told us when there is an improvisation in the traditional music. But again, everything that time, I think everything politically want to be everyone's unison, all the same. So for my generation, even right now, like they're 70s, that generation, they could not improvise. If you right now going to China, ask any traditional instrument or any musician besides jazz, and ask them can you improvise? It's hard, really hard. My experience when I came to States, and I realized I've been faced so many times musicians asking me, okay, let's do jam session. I like, what did that mean? Oh, let's do improvise. I play with the jazz band early years, and I just couldn't do it. I had no idea. And then I realized, and looking back to all of my older generation, they play in silk and bamboo music, basically tea house music, basically all improvised. So that's the reason for me to kind of like restudy again, to looking for, rediscovery with the Chinese music. So it's a great question. So I will answer you. Modern China right now, nobody improvises in China. And some musicians here, to the Chinese tradition, they started improvising learning because, like me, we all realized we lost that part of tradition.
By here, do you mean in the United States?
Yes. Yes.
About the feeling around the notes, can that be written or does that have to be passed along?
It's hard to written.
Right.
It's really hard because every time you play differently.
And is that where things get lost?
Yeah, that's also some kind of like freedom improvised there. Well, you mentioned like ambush. Ambush is the improvisation. Probably, you have skeleton notation notes, and then some people will play longer, shorter. The tempo, the rhythmic will be different. So like that's beginning. I play. Some of my teacher will play. So the way they play differently. So I will play every day different. I feel like today I tremolo was good. I can my hands not real pretty good. And so it's not like precisely you have to up and down, or things. It's different, very different. Yeah, flexible.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So it's harder to, all the patients really it's harder to, like Indian musicians, they all have to sing, right? They all sing it. Every musician, they sing it. That's why they get the style, they know, they can play. It's the same as Chinese. You have to sing and,
We have to sing
yeah.
overall,
Or the one, that, yeah.
Howard does a bunch of different ones that I basically.
This might be a good time, since it's the official end of class time, to thank
Thank you.
Uma.
Thank you very much.